Hello and welcome to Tracy Momi Reads. I am back again with another video. Today, it is the final Friday of the month, and if you saw the video that I posted at the beginning of the month, kind of talking about channel news and updates and things that I was going to be doing, I mentioned that on the final Fridays of the month that instead of like a book review, I was going to do some other kind of bookish stuff, ranging the gamut from, comparing books to movies, to book hauls, to bookstore visits, and just other random things, right? So today, what I am here to talk about is Kindle Unlimited really worth it? So, without further ado, let's jump into this conversation. Okay, I will say that the information, this is my disclaimer, the information that I am providing and, my opinions, which is what they are, of things related to Kindle Unlimited, this is all based on my experience and my experience alone, right? So take that and do with it what you will. But I know that Kindle, they also have an app, right, that you can get on your phones or on like your tablets that are not Amazon tablets, and you can read books like that, right? But for me, because I do have it on my phone and I have an iPhone, and I have not had any type of problems other than the screen not being, very big. I have a Pro Max, but, in comparison to like an e-reader, the screen is still small. But, in a pinch, it has worked. You can listen to any like books that are like audio. You can still listen to those. So I'm saying all that to say, I don't think you have to have a Amazon product, a Kindle per se, to get Kindle Unlimited. You may want to fact check that before you go down this road, but I don't know that you have to have a Kindle to get Kindle Unlimited, if that makes sense. But I will say for me, having it on my phone and then having it on my tablet, because I do have a Kindle, the experience is much better on my Kindle. Now, I don't know, like if you have an iPad or some other type of e-reader, if that experience would be the same. But I mean, it's kind of right there in the name, Kindle Unlimited. I think that for it to work the best and to have the best interface and the best experience, that it may work out better with an actual Kindle, okay? And there are so many different types of Amazon Kindle, reading devices. And I mean, they have the small ones, the medium ones, black and white, the paper white, the color. I have always had a Fire, and this is like my fourth one. So I got it when like they first came out. I don't even know if this is maybe almost a decade ago, and I'm on my fourth one, and only because, the graphics keep getting better, the benefits keep getting better, and quite frankly, my other ones, I just wear them out. So I've had this one for quite a while, so this is my Kindle Fire, and the thing that I like about the Kindle Fire, I'm going off on a tangent here for a brief second, is that it's more than just an e-reader. Like there's games on here. Like I'm a Prime member. So, in addition to the free shipping, I get the Prime movies. But now they're starting some mess with the whole commercial free. It's just such a scam. We're going to be back paying cable prices, y'all. But anyway, but you get the Prime movies, the Prime music, you get a free book every month. So there's a lot of benefits, and it works so much better for me, I found, having the actual Kindle device. Now, as far as Kindle Unlimited goes, now I will tell you, a few years ago, let's just go back. Maybe let's say 5 years ago. I remember getting Kindle Unlimited. It was 5 or more years ago. And I did the trial and I barely used it. I mean, I was so into like having a book that I could feel and pages that I can turn and smelling the book, I'm just such a bibliophile, right? Not to mention, there just didn't seem to be a lot of titles that I was interested in. So I think after they charged me like that second month, I canceled it, right? And didn't feel like I was missing out on anything. Well, fast forward maybe about 2 or 3 years ago, every now and then you can catch a deal on Kindle Unlimited. For those of you who, may be like, I don't know if it's worth it. You can kind of dip your toe in and get like a free trial. Sometimes it's 30 days. I had one time that was like, I think it was free for 30 days and then 99 cents for 60 days. So I like got it for $2 for like 3 months or something, right? And that second time when they came back with this offer, like, hey, we're trying to entice you and pull you back in, I could not believe the amount of titles that were actually on there and that were available, from popular books to indie books, a lot of the book talk books, because now social media, especially once TikTok came onto the scene and it became such a haven for book lovers and sharing, all the books that they read. There are so many of those books that are available under Kindle Unlimited. And so this is how it works. Like, right now, I think I pay $11.99 per month. And when it says Kindle Unlimited, it's like any books that fall under there. Now I will tell you, like, some of your really popular people with their brand new releases, it's probably not going to be on Kindle Unlimited. I mean, come on, let's be real. They're trying to get their numbers up. They're trying to make that money when those new releases come out. But there have been a lot of books by very popular authors that have been on the New York Times bestseller list that actually end up on Kindle Unlimited after a while, because then it just becomes about getting as many readers to read your work and comment and leave reviews as you possibly can, right? Because that also keeps that book on that, on those lists. And I feel like, especially for me, once I started reading a whole lot more, especially after I started the channel, right? And during like towards the tail end of COVID and all of that. But for me, the amount of books that I read using Kindle Unlimited, I mean, I feel like I should owe them some money at the end of the month, especially like over the summers, like I remember one time, I think one summer, I may have read like about 20 books on my Kindle under Kindle Unlimited. So just think about it. If the average book, I mean, you have some books that may be $3.99, but on average, from what I've seen, the average Kindle book is going to be anywhere from $8.99 to $12.99, like especially for some of the newer releases, right, and really popular books. So if you read one or two books, you've paid for your subscription for the whole month, right? So I do feel like from that standpoint, a pricing standpoint, it is definitely worth it. But if you're somebody who, you're not really reading the popular books, or you're reading books that you could get free at the library, or you prefer to buy books or whatever, then Kindle Unlimited may not be for you. So that's why I would just recommend, like, on your device, whatever device you read on, even if you don't have a Kindle, download the Kindle app. It's totally free. And then maybe search for books that you're interested in or that are on your TBR to see if they're under Kindle Unlimited. That way you can know going in that, hey, 10 of my 20 TBRs are on Kindle Unlimited. That may be a great way for me to go. So all you have to do is, like, you would go into Kindle and search, like, I'm just going to put in Frida McFadden because she's really a real popular author. And let's say, you want to read The Housemaid, that you haven't read it and it's on your TBR. So first of all of Frida's books come up, and then I'm going to put in The Housemaid. Well, I'm going to click on The Housemaid. I don't know if I'm even doing this right. But you can see it says Kindle Unlimited. So if you had Kindle Unlimited, see, for me, it says add to library. That means it's just going to go into my library here on my Kindle. Then I can read it at any time. But it looks like it's only $3.99. So, it just depends. Like, if you feel like, oh, I'm only going to read one ebook a month, and you would prefer to buy your books, then $3.99, that is cheaper than $11.99. So maybe it's not a good deal for you. But I would just say, do your research. Because again, there was a time when I wasn't reading as many books, and I would have said, oh, it's totally not worth it. But for the amount of books I read now and the books that are on my TBR, I feel like it is so worth it. And the other thing that's pretty cool, I think, just from a standpoint of space and all that stuff on your devices, because these books and any type of media, it's going to take up some of the storage space that you have. Well, with these books, once you're done, you just click return to Kindle Unlimited, and it goes back and it takes it off of your device. But you can, let's say you're traveling somewhere and you wanted to read The Housemaid, you can download it to your Kindle, and if you're flying or something, it'll be downloaded and you can read while you're mid-flight, without having to have like the internet or anything like that, as long as you've already downloaded it to your device. If it's just in there and you haven't downloaded it, then you're gonna have a problem, because I think you need the internet to at least download the book. But I'm gonna just go through here and show you guys something real quick. So I just clicked on my Kindle, like Kindle Unlimited. So there's a page that comes up, or a section that comes up, and tells you all the books that you can read under Kindle Unlimited. And I'll just read off some of these titles to, I don't know if, any of these are books that you're interested in, but there are books on here like If You Tell a Lie by Lucinda Berry, Minka Kitt's books. There's some books by her on here. Our Little Secret by Lisa Jackson. There are books by Abby Jimenez on here. I'm just looking for some of the popular authors. Frederick Bachman, who did Anxious People. If the answer is no, his book is on here. David Nichols. Frida McFadden's books are on here. Let's see. The Fourth Wing, Iron Flame, those books are on here. So like I said, I mean, there's a lot. Allie Hazelwood, Colleen Hoover's books are on here. So It Ends With Us. So there are so many popular books that are actually on here. So I think that, before, maybe there weren't a lot of authors who were putting their books on Kindle Unlimited because maybe they didn't understand how they were going to get paid. If people were able to essentially read their books for free, but I think they get a big piece of the collective monies that's going in from that subscription fee that you pay to read these books, right? The other thing, what was I going to say? Oh, you know how I did the video about the mafia romances and all that, and there's dark romances and stuff. If you're into that type of thing, I would say 98.5% of those books are available on Kindle Unlimited. So if you're paying the $11.99 a month, you're going to get to read all of those books. But yeah, there are a lot of popular books on here. And before, that kind of is what kept me from, keeping up with Kindle Unlimited. But even like there are like nonfiction books on here, like The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. That's on here. They even have a section here, looks like books that are adapted for TV and film. So there's Harry Potter books are on here. Again, Colleen Hoover, Louise Penny. Let me click on here. James Patterson books are on here. So yeah, I think that now there is such a plethora of books on there in so many different genres. Levels of popularity, from the New York Times bestsellers and book talks, all the way down to like maybe some indie faves or underground books that maybe not a lot of people know about. So me personally, I would say without a doubt that I feel Kindle Unlimited is totally worth it, especially at that price point. Now, these people be going up, because I can remember at one point, I could have sworn that Kindle Unlimited was like $7.99 a month. I know I'm not making that up. Maybe 5-6 years ago, that's how much it was. But I will say to date, that's how much I pay. I don't know if you get locked into a thing or a contract or whatever, but I pay $11.99 per month. And I feel like that's like the price. I don't think anybody should be paying over that. If y'all are paying under that, lucky y'all. But yeah, if you're a reader and you are always looking for a good book, and you're looking for something maybe outside of what you normally read, or the books that you have on hand. You know, you're a mood reader. Maybe some of the books that you have on hand, you're just not feeling them right now. You don't really want to start them or whatever. This gives you such a wide array of books where you can just, you know, put in some keywords or type in something, you know, funny books about divorce, and you can get a lot of books that will come up and populated, and you can, you know, pick from there. Because with each book, so like, let me click on one. Okay, and they have, and also the Amazon originals are on here. But when you click on one, you also get, just like on, you know, anywhere, it gives you a blurb. It tells you the star rating. You can go in and look at people's reviews or what they're saying about the book. And then again, you just click and say add to library, and there it goes. And the cool thing about having like that Kindle app is, if once you download the books, and if, wherever you have that app, you can read from that particular device. And like I said, I have I have an iPhone and I have a Kindle. I mean, it's obviously two different products, two different makers. But if I start reading a book, let's say on my Kindle, and I go to the pickup line to get my daughter, and I forget my Kindle, and I'm like, oh, I wanted to finish up that book, or I want to, you know, start reading it. I'm going to always have my phone on me, right? If I go into the app on my phone and I click on that book, it'll say, do you want to start reading from where you read on the other device? So it like tracks it on both sides. So you're not like starting over or having to remember where you were. So, you know, I could go on and wax poetic about this. But yeah, I have just really come to really enjoy Kindle Unlimited. I hope that they continue to add titles and they keep that price point where it is. But if you have any doubts, like I said, do your own research, maybe do the trial offer, or just go in and just kind of, you know, poke around and see what they have to offer, you know, before you make a decision. But I think that if you can read on e-readers, you enjoy reading on e-readers, and you're looking for a lot more variety, and you can afford the $11.99 per month, do it. I would say go for it. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. If you have Kindle Unlimited, let me know what your experience has been. Let me know in the comments. Do you like it? Did you cancel it? You know, are you looking for more information about it? If you have any questions, you can ask in the comments. Thanks again for watching, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your weekend, and I will see you next week. Bye.